Hello, family and friends. So, today I'm graduating. This is the outfit. It's giving The Little Mermaid, right? He doesn't want to talk. The shoes, leave me alone about them. Okay, so here's the dilemma, is that I have like big natural hair, but I have to wear this cap. So what I saw online one time was that you have to get like a headband and you have to like tape it somehow and then put it on your head. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use the black one. How should I do this?
How should you do this? Yeah, just like that, and then, yep.
Okay, the front, it says it. This is the front. And then just do it like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna tape her like this. This tape is scary. Oh, it's Gorilla Glue tape.
Mm-hmm.
That girl who like Gorilla Glued her edges down. This feels so like, I don't know, like bad arts and crafts. This is the front.
No, that's perfect.
I'm gonna look up on the internet if, cause it's like,
It goes from that way to the other way.
it goes from left to right. I don't think it does. I think it goes from right to left.
Okay.
And what I read was if you already have your bachelor's, it just stays on the left. You don't do the thing.
Right.
So I'm coming with it already on the left. Ew, it looks like I'm just wearing a box on my head. Also, they do these by size, by like height now. When like back in my day, we all just got the same one. Oh, is this like a thing? It's like that?
I don't know why, but you get sleeves.
That's so ugly. Ew. Ew. Do I have to zip it up when I go? Or can I be like,
I mean, you're gonna have to probably zip it up when you get there.
I'm gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And we got a money lay from the family. So what you're supposed to do is like pin more money on me as you see me to celebrate my degree. Do I like go on stage like this with the money lay?
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
If there's any problem, you let me know. We'll, hold on to it for you till afterwards and we take the picture.
They're like, you can't bring that in. Woo! Okay. So our ETA should have been 3:30 because the graduation starts at 4. But the ETA is 3:45 because, I mean, like, my fault. But also, it's like there's so much traffic. I don't know. Visions of your pretty face send me into hyperspace. Now it's 3:47. Caught up in a planetary world. Breathe me in, you give me in.
Cheers.
Raina Ash.
Jim.
Cindy Freeling.
Nicole Grippy.
Chaley Leleani Yin Meter.
Ashley Victoria.
Amanda Alcala.
She didn't even look. She's turned around.
Jill Davis.
Dalen Jade Cassidy Colston.
Erin Kelly Monterastelli.
Alexis Cordova.
Cassandra Elish Iglitz.
Diana Nunez.
Alicia Renee Kamala. Karen Hitchcock.
Nicole Amber Lewis.
Mariah Michelle Hennessy. Nicole Collins.
Eric David Matthew Stephen Jones. David Abraham Silly.
You did it!
Hey y'all, welcome back. I graduated with my master's in urban leadership, and it has been a crazy last month, and I just wanted to come on here and add to some of the footage that I already have. Up until my graduation, like, I was having a lot of mixed feelings. But regardless, I still wanted to celebrate. I still understand that it is something to celebrate. And so, yeah, I invited a lot of family to come out here. I organized the dinner after the commencement. We went to this Italian place in Lake Las Vegas. And okay, here's the thing. Okay, the commencement said that it would have been from 4 to 5:30. So we made the reservation for 6:30, thinking that that's plenty of time. But the commencement went 90 minutes over, literally double the time. So the commencement was from 4 to 7. And so we weren't able to get to the restaurant till like 7:30, 7:45. And by then, like, the sun was basically already set. The whole point was that I wanted to watch the sunset there. Anyway, it was kind of a flop. And then there were like all these bugs like outside, because Lake Las Vegas is just this gross, like, fake lake, right? God. Anyway, the food was delicious, and it was nice seeing, all the family and stuff. And then the next day, I decided to have a party here at my house, mine and my partner's house. And so I wanted to talk to y'all about that, because here's the thing. I've been really, like, reading a lot and learning a lot and thinking a lot about building community and what that looks like, and, trying to create space for people to commune and for people to talk with each other and grow with each other and connect with each other. And it's just been such a struggle. I think like okay, first of all, like the predicament I'm in, right? Like I haven't been working for maybe like, gosh, almost a year now. And my master's program was all online. So it wasn't like I was able to interact with colleagues in person. I did make like one friend kind of, but, other than that, like it was just, this last year has just not been a social one. And especially like considering these last few years and the pandemic, like that's really when it started going downhill, I think, like was the pandemic for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, and ever since my partner and I moved into this house, like about a year ago, I'm trying to be very intentional about inviting people over, having gatherings, having parties, like, you know, and trying to build community. And so far, it's just been flop after flop, fail after fail, like people saying they're going to show up and then they don't. That's the worst. Or no. When you email someone, when you text someone an invite and they're like, thanks for the invite. Bitch, like, that means you're not coming. I know what that means. I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, and the people I'm trying to invite are like friends from high school, friends from college, friends from the sorority I was in, which, I don't know. It has been really heartbreaking. Like the sorority sisters that like say they're going to come and then they don't come, or say they're going to try to connect and then they don't, or, you know, because I do still feel really connected to a lot of people, I think, with social media, especially. Like, I use it to connect. Like, I'm not using it to just doom scroll my life away. I'm actually trying to, like, keep in touch with people, be active on social media. But it's like, that's not enough, right? It's like people, especially Americans, it's like they have their mains and they're not interested in trying to include others, right? Or participate in other things. But then also too, I think people are exhausted. People are working 40 plus hours. People, you know, if you're choosing between your day off, spending time alone, or going to a party of someone who you haven't seen in 5 years, like you probably would spend time alone. Like that would probably be the preference too. Sorry, I'm not trying to be like just a stream of consciousness, but basically, I don't know. It's just something I've really been struggling with because at the party, like, I mean, I had friends come and lots of family come, and with the people who did come, I feel like we had such a beautiful time and we really connected and we were really having interesting conversation, and it really was beautiful with the people who did come. So that's the other thing. Like, maybe I'm just the kind of person who, you know, if you don't have that like deep connection with me, you're not gonna feel it. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, maybe I'm just that person who is lucky to have a few very, very deep connections as opposed to a lot of maybe not so deep. I don't know. I just think I'm going to like hold off on like throwing parties. I don't know. I don't want to like give up on having get-togethers because I'm also realizing that there is like a need, right? Recently, I started a book club and that's been really cool. But it definitely does feel like, especially with a lot of the book club members, a lot of the book club members, like in the beginning people were reading, but now it's like people don't read all of it, right? Like they'll read some of it and they just want to join the book club just to talk and have the conversation and to connect. And that's what I've been thinking is interesting because I'm like, I don't know, like I want the book club to talk about the book, but it seems like the book club is the book is a conduit to make connection, period, which I don't hate, but it's just very interesting. Like, I don't know, I guess what people respond to and don't respond to. It's like coming to hang out just to hang out is really intimidating for a lot of people. And so needing some sort of like reason or some sort of like activity, like that makes it easier for people. But then at the end of the day, like, it does, like, the activity doesn't matter that much to a lot of people. I don't know. It's very interesting. And I don't know, like, I don't take it personal, right? Like, if people say they're going to do something and then don't do it, that has nothing to do with me. Right? Like, but it is up to me to be like, okay, I noticed that behavior in this person, so I just won't, try anymore with that person. But it's hard because it's like, I also just like, I'm not too pressed about it all the time. Just sometimes I'm like, But most of the time I'm like, whatever, like, because I get it, people are busy. I don't know. I am trying to be more intentional about like, okay, like I need to go out into the world physically, even if I'm not employed yet, just to be around people, and that makes people more comfortable and more likely to like show up to your party, right? If they feel that comfort right away, because they don't know what they're gonna walk into, right, when they go to someone else's party. If you are interested in building community with me, if you have any ideas for me of like what I could do differently to try to build community, I'm definitely open, I think it's just really important. I've learned that community is just as important as like food, water, shelter. Like, it is one of our basic necessities as human beings. It's really tough dealing with Americans because we just don't have that like sense of community at all. We're so individualistic. And then once you have your mains, you don't want to open up. Anyway, the party itself was, honestly, it was a really beautiful time. We spent a couple hours here at the house and we got pizza for everyone. And I get the good stuff. It's not pepperoni and cheese. It's giving a pepperoni, a barbecue chicken, a veggie, a supreme, and everyone was eating them up. And then we carpooled and took everyone to a spot of ours that we like to go. That's like kind of like near the mountain. And it's like up on the mountain so you can see the view of the city. And we went up there right in time for the sunset. That sunset that night was so beautiful because the clouds were so juicy. And it was just really, really beautiful out there. We got chairs for people who wanted to sit down, and we just smoked and listened to music, and we talked, and the weather was perfect. And that was my favorite part, to be able to like share that spot, that secret spot that Mitchell and I go to all the time. We literally were just there yesterday watching the sunset because I just love to like escape from like the city, and feel like, I don't know. I've been catching these sunsets, girl. Like, ever since the pandemic, I've been noticing the sunsets and the sunrises. I've been noticing just nature around me more. And it's been so fulfilling and like so good for my mental health. And so, yeah, I really love that I was able to share that with everyone. And I really love that everyone loved it up there. And I'm really grateful for everyone who did come. As far as the connections I do have in my life, I do have a lot of really beautiful connections and really beautiful, deep connections with family, with lovers and friends, and or a lover and friends. And I was so grateful for everyone who did show up, because they didn't have to, and they showed up for me and for the community and for us, and to celebrate, you know, something that my ancestors couldn't have even dreamed of, right? And I think that was like the most special. Like, I felt like my grandparents were there, and that's all I needed, you know? Like, anyway. This video is all over the place, but it's okay because we're trying our best, and it'll be beautiful regardless. If you made it this far, I do want to reveal a little something, which is that I think I'm gonna go back to school. Here's the thing. Once you're on fire, once you got the ball rolling and you got your master's, then you're like, I can get my doctorate. And so I think I'm going to try to get my PhD in school psychology, which, y'all, ever since I like made this decision, like a week or so ago, and I've started making the steps toward making this happen, I feel so at peace for like the first time career-wise in my life, because I think like my career has been like the biggest struggle of my life, right? Like, it's so hard for me to find a career that pays what I deserve and that is aligned with my purpose. It's just been so hard. And that I'm able to stay in my integrity, be taken seriously as a professional, and like be able to stay authentic. Like, that's been so hard, and it's been the biggest heartbreak of my life. And now, like, thinking about, okay, in 4 to 5 years, like, I could just start making close to 100K. I could have a job where I am respected as an intelligent person, the intelligent person that I am. I can be called Dr. Nicole, you know, I can be a real life psychologist where I can work anywhere I want. I can work in a different country. I could work from home. I could work in a school. I could work in a hospital, you know, and doing something that aligns with what I'm interested in anyway. Because school psychology is basically like, you're working with the kids in schools, you're working with the teachers, you're helping people solve deeper problems. And I love that. So yeah, anyway, we are running out of time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I know it was a little all over the place, but yeah, I think that's all I